Good.
The Power Hour starts at 8 a.m. and you can stream it live at KFAN.com/watch, powered by Quantum Fiber.
Yeah.
Hi, Marnie.
Hey, what up? Good morning.
Good morning, Marnie. All right, so we got a lot of things to get to. The news is in a second, but before we do anything, let's quickly recap. On Friday, we did almost an hour about how your ride up to Fargo was hell because Chris texted and drive the entire time.
I mean, that's a strong
Hell was the word
term.
that you used to me off the air. You opted out. You opted
I've been
out.
told that's the case. I've been told
Lord.
That's true.
You opted out and drove back with sauce.
Yeah, that part is true.
So let's compare and contrast. We went through the ride up extensively Friday morning.
Which was interesting.
That went south. Sauce drove you home.
technically west.
South and west.
How did the ride go?
Sauce and I rode home together. In a word, my trip home was delightful.
Thank you, Martin.
Five star Uber
great.
review.
Yeah, A+.
Once you guys get an
Yeah.
apartment.
Did you hear him yesterday? Did you hear him yesterday on the show? He had to tell his wife, "I might be off the grid for the next couple of hours because I can't text and drive while I'm driving Marnie home." Think about that. He had to tell his wife, "I'm sorry, I can't text and drive. Marnie's watching me."
Well, he did take a selfie like before we even left Fargo, and I thought, oh, cool, cute, he's going to post it. Nope, he texted it to Kelly, like, just in case you're wondering, she's right here.
Yep.
So don't say anything. Don't expect to hear from me.
Don't send nudes.
Here's proof. Yeah,
Don't send
exactly.
nudes.
Don't FaceTime me in a compromising position.
Yeah, just in case Marnie sees something she ain't supposed to see.
It took a minute to, just a couple of details. Took a minute to get out of town because I couldn't figure out how to recline the seat. I needed just like a couple of inches. It just wasn't comfortable.
Yeah,
but he doesn't have a
Fun
typical, like you just can't pull up the lever. There's a loop. It's a Jeep, like a two-seat Jeep.
Yeah.
So there's a loop that I had to search for between the seat and the door. And we...
Yeah.
So we kind of had to pull off into a parking lot.
Okay.
Talk
Just
about it.
to find that.
Did.
Yeah, right.
So
And
no
then,
wonder you told Kelly you were going to be off the grid for a couple of hours. Got to pull over in a parking lot with Marnie.
Off the grid, but on the grid, if you know what I mean.
Come on now.
Interesting.
Couple of observations from the drive home. Sauce is an excellent conversationalist.
Oh, thanks, Martin.
It's a first.
I'm not kidding. I brought this laptop into the front seat, fully expecting to just do some game prep for that night and let him do whatever, podcast, radio, sing to himself, whatever he was going to do. I just was like, you do your thing, I'll do mine, no problem. And he asked me a couple questions, and we just started chit-chatting and ripping you guys, obviously. We were ripping.
Yeah.
Have to.
But before we knew it, we were in Fergus Falls. Before I knew that, Alexandria. Like, it just, time went very fast, and I just, in my head, was like, he is such a good conversationalist. It's a wonderful trait.
That sounds awesome.
Thanks, Martin.
He gets a lot of phone calls,
Yeah.
which is a little odd in this day and age of texting, but he gets a lot of phone calls.
How many of those were from Common?
2. Common called me twice.
Did you decline the call both times?
Yeah.
No, did you get criticized for hitting the button?
Oh, here we go. No, I didn't.
2 hands on the wheel, Paul, at all
I
times.
can turn off on the screen of my car.
No, it's great. Keep talking. You're great at it. Great conversation.
Also, got a call from Zacho, Lil B, and while he was talking to Lil B, because it comes up on his car screen, that's how I know this. While he was talking to Lil B, Chad Abbott, and in this day and age of texting, and I was like, wow, you get a lot of phone calls. This was just one car trip.
Yeah, that's depressing because I drove home by myself and nobody texted or called me. I didn't even have the opportunity to text and drive.
Sad.
Yeah, that's sad, yeah.
Sauce is also very funny, which you already knew, but as I said to him,
You rode home with somebody else.
Yeah,
I
I don't think you're telling the right story.
Were you high?
I said, you're very funny in the wild. Because I hear some of his material or his bit,
In the wild.
but he said a couple of things that had me gut laughing, but they were
So racist
totally
stuff?
inappropriate. Correct.
No, I didn't say anything racist.
Yeah.
Totally inappropriate. So,
It's A+. I'm
And-
just telling you, it's A+.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
You were there?
And one final observation,
Oh, no.
which is quirky. And obviously, you would never know this about a person until you ride with a person. He cleaned his windshield approximately every 5 minutes.
So,
What do you mean cleaned your
good.
windshield?
Finally.
He sprayed water.
Somebody
hate-
finally said it.
I cannot stand
Almost everything.
Yeah,
everything.
Deodorant.
Gravity.
Dead bugs on my windshield. I think it's disgusting, and I try and get them off as soon as I can.
Ooh.
So for
I
the
hate
record, you try to get off dead bugs.
Yes. Yeah. I hate it. They're gross. I can't stand it. I try not, like when I'm not driving, that's why, I don't need an excuse to be on my phone. It's gross. Yeah. I try and clean it as quick as I can.
Man, what an
If I
excellent
say every
conversationalist.
5 minutes, that was not
No,
an exaggeration.
no.
I mean, he
It was
probably
maybe
needed to
more.
refill his wiper fluid with that trip.
The best part is it rained on my way after I dropped you off. It started to rain about a half hour later. That's the best because it cleans it all off. It's disgusting. I can't do it. Dead bugs on a windshield are the grossest thing on the planet. When we drove to get Sweeto Burrito, you'd think Hawk had every dead bug ever known to man on his windshield.
I love
and
it.
he didn't
And he
clean
didn't
it once.
clean it?
Not once.
No, I don't do it.
I
must
had
have
to-
killed you.
I had
He was
to-
too busy texting and driving.
I had to
Didn't look
hit
at the
thing a couple
windshield.
times.
I was taking pictures of them, sending them to people I didn't even know. I love it, man.
Yeah.
I like it. Kill all the bugs.
Ugh. It's so gross.
So anyway,
Yeah, it was fun.
we got home
Yeah.
safe and sound.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
And I thought Fargo was awesome. Was warm and welcoming, just like I always know it.
Oh.
What a great city. We should go. We should make it like a full weekend next time. We should all get rooms.
Yeah, like we've said
Connecting
for
rooms.
Detroit Lakes for the last, 7 or 8 years. We're like, we should just stay the whole week. And then we leave at 9:01. Although we all like Detroit Lakes. We're going to be there in a little over a month.
Yeah.
No, Hawk and I walked to a breakfast spot last year. No, 2 years ago.
A couple years ago, yeah, we sure did.
We shopped downtown a
Because
little
you
bit.
wouldn't
Little
get the car
shopping,
with
little
him?
eating. Nope.
Mostly.
Yeah, she didn't like the way I walked.
That's not true.
She didn't
That's not true.
like anything about me.
Okay,
whole
so hang
trip
on.
was
One
great.
final question.
Okay.
Outside of the ripping, you said you had a great conversation. What kind of topics did you discuss? Current events, politics, astrophysics? What was the main topic of conversation? On the
So
way
you're just going to have to deal with plastics in your testes.
home? So microplastics?
Yeah. Talked a lot about I can't think of a smart
Man, that's a hell of a
Wow.
conversation.
What a conversation.
Now I see what you're
Must have
saying. Now I see what you're saying. What you were missing in the van.
It's A+.
It was mostly, it was just the trip and, mostly people who work in this building.
Yeah.
So a lot of ripping.
No, you will be
That's what
shocked.
he's fantastic at.
You will be shocked. I said incredibly nice things about both of you, right?
That is 100% true. Yes.
So take that.
I'm telling you.
A-holes. I raved about you two.
The band?
The band. There it is.
Let's see how many days in a row we can do that joke.
We do it every day.
I know we do it almost
Did we do it
every day.
yesterday?
Yeah, we definitely, because I remember I referenced yesterday how many times a week do we do the U2 joke? Let's do it every day
This is
forever.
KFAN
I love it.
News with Chris Hockey, presented by the St. Paul Saints.
Thank you, St. Paul Saints. That's right. The St. Paul Saints are back home again. They are playing Syracuse beginning tonight, CHS Field. The Saints went 3-4 in their series at Rochester last week and now sit 25-31 on the season. Caleb Bouchley going to get the start on the mound for the St. Paul Saints. Get your tickets at saintsbaseball.com. Thank you, St. Paul Saints. All right. Anybody? No?
Love the Saints.
It looks like another stormy afternoon for folks in the eastern half of Minnesota. National Weather Service says there's a slight chance of severe weather this afternoon for folks from the Iowa border all the way up to Brainerd. Forecasters are expecting rain, strong winds, thunder, and lightning, and perhaps even a tornado.
Oh, wait, a what?
Tornado. The Weather Service expects the worst of the weather to hit the Twin Cities by mid-afternoon.
Oh.
Goodness. Has anyone seen any statistical information on the rainfall? Are we like in a record territory, or is this just normal May into June?
No idea. Good question.
Yeah, I don't know. Good question.
Surprised Zach doesn't know that.
Zach?
I don't know statistics.
He doesn't know cystics.
But Mark.
Nobody ever thought you knew cystics.
I didn't.
Washington State has the nation's best economy, according to a report from Wallet Hub. 28 indicators were put in using states into 3 categories. The top economies were Washington, Utah, Massachusetts, Texas, and California. At the bottom were Mississippi, Hawaii, West Virginia, and Arkansas.
Okay, doesn't everybody, including you, Chris, doesn't everybody say that the homeless issue or the unhoused issue in Washington is through the roof?
Through the roof.
So it might be a good economy if you have money.
Yeah, right.
Terrible place to live for the other half of the people.
That's kind of how it is everywhere, I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
But literally all those
drugs.
places that you named, I just quickly looked it up. They all, New York, LA, Seattle, that's the top 3 for most homeless in the country as well.
Right. Wow.
Wasn't it Seattle Hawk where you saw those people on, what is it, Trank?
Yeah, where they were frozen. Just frozen, like standing up and bent at weird angles and just not moving at all, like barely breathing. Like the one person I was 100% sure was dead.
And like in the middle of the day, right?
Yeah, like at the bottom of a long group of stairs. She was just laying there, and everybody's just walking around her. Weirdest thing, man. Sad and terrifying, and that's somebody's baby girl. Oosh,
horrible.
Yep. A couple says they pulled up a safe containing $100,000 in cash while they were magnet fishing in a New York City park. James Kane and Barbie Agstatini of Queens pulled out an old safe from the Lake Corona Park Friday afternoon. The couple pried the safe open, found the cash wrapped in plastic, which was unfortunately ruined by water. Kane, a veteran magnet fisherman, said he and Agostini had found several saves in the past, but this was the first time they had any money in them. Well, let's listen to these two brain busters.
Oh, no.
And talk about their discovery. I don't know why I was mean about it. I don't know.
When I first saw it, the initial thought is we have found plenty of safes before. This is just what a magnet fisher does. You find safes. And I thought it was a bunch of the little baggies that you would put cash in. And then I saw the numbers, 2 stacks of freaking hundreds.
Yeah, and I
did
not believe it. I thought it was a joke. He's like, no, for real. And he shows me. And once I seen the actual dollars and
the little ribbons, the security ribbons,
like 100 and the security ribbons, I was like, I lost it.
But it wasn't worth anything, I guess, because they were all ruined.
Oh, no.
Hey, what do you think? You'd be able to go to the bank and say, hey, I dropped this in the Esser.
Yeah, for 2 years.
That's $100,000. Yeah, I know.
How about if you say you find safes all the time, but there's nothing ever in them?
Yeah.
What are you doing wasting your time looking for empty safes?
Sounds like an endless hobby.
I would like to
Magnet
magnet
fishing.
fish. I think I'd like to try that, though. Let's give her hell.
What would you
know?
fish for?
Old cars. Hopefully without bodies in them. But there's almost always going to be a body in an old car. You know what I'm saying? Damn it.
All the time.
All the time.
All right. You ever see that show on YouTube, Zecco, where the guy finds the old cars? He's a diver. And then when they find the old car, they call the cops because there's probably going to be a body in it. Oof.
Well, how about the story of the guy, I think it was in Florida. He was on Google Maps looking at something, and he saw a car in this like pond and called the cops. And they found it was a missing woman for years. She
from the 60s or something.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, it turned out she was just a terrible driver.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
That's sad.
Marnie
She was
would have
okay, by the way.
hated if she
Was she
drove
texting and driving?
her to Fargo.
Yeah. Yeah, it turned out she was fine. She'd been in there the whole time.
Would have ended up in the Mississippi.
Yep.
No.
Great conversationalist, though.
Doesn't wash her windshield of bugs every
you gotta
5
get
minutes.
those out
I
of
shouldn't
there.
have to. She was in a lake.
Yeah, they were all
Marty, what did you think of the playlist? He said he quietly had the Rolling Stones on almost the entire drive.
Yeah, I didn't
So
care
low
for
it didn't
it.
matter. Oh, you didn't care for it?
But it was definitely just
That's a
low
shocker.
background music.
Yeah, that is true, Marty. At what point, when are these two going to get to rate you as a rider, right? Uber drivers get to do it the other way as well.
Whoa.
Yeah, let's everybody rate Marnie as a rider. Sauce, you go first. You had her in a parking lot, did you not?
Cheese and rice.
Chris technically had her in the back seat. Technically true.
She didn't like it.
Sauce, do you believe she's a nice
Lola.
travel companion?
Yeah, she's great.
5 stars?
Yeah.
Chris?
He
One to
just
5?
threw up.
Wasn't the worst ever.
How did she tip?
Okay.
All right, Zach. You made it weird.
Jeez.
I'm sorry.
Sauce will do sports after this. Rosie joins in like 15 minutes. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
Fan.
Sorry, I had to do some truth bombs during my Builders Remodeler spot. Check out Builders Remodelers at buildersremodelers.com. I love them. I also love rainy nights. Looks like we might be in for one.
Who
There's
sang
a
that
song about that.
Yeah, who sang
That'd be
that song?
Eddie Rabbit.
Will you play it?
No.
I love a rainy night. Love to hear the thunder, watch the lightning, lights up the sky.
Does Marnie sing while you're driving her home?
You know it makes.
I thought
we sang.
did.
We
I did.
sang.
I thought we were having a good time, but apparently it was her personal hell.
Yeah, she mentioned that.
We had a great time. I thought. I know.
She may have brought
we
that
did
up.
we did a lot of harmonizing.
We did a lot of harmonizing with some Sugarland. And I tried
That's
to
right.
talk to her
That's
about
right.
high level music stuff, but she was bored.
Yeah.
She didn't care.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
All right.
It's all right. You know, it doesn't matter to me.
No, it doesn't matter.
You know what matters to me? Sports. Sports is really all that I have to talk about in this world. And that's why I couldn't talk to Mars. She doesn't know anything about it.
Oh, that's me.
Fan 5 on the Power Trip. Presented by All Around Property Preservation.
The Minnesota Twins start 3 games against the Yankees tonight in Yankee Stadium at 6:05. It would be nice if we could watch it. Bailey Ober goes for your Twins. The Yankees are 42-19. That's the best record in the American League and tied for the best in the league with the Phillies. Royce Lewis will return for the Twins today. He's been out since opening day when he went 2 for 2. That is Twins News, brought to you by Quantum Fiber.
Thank you, Quantum Fiber. Can I ask you guys a question? And I really need real answers from you guys.
Sure.
Not some of that garbage you usually spout.
Wow. How?
Hi. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I normally wouldn't be watching Twins games on TV because I like to go in person. Now, I know that Sauce is always ripping, saying we can't see it anyway. Why can't we see it? What percentage of our listenership can't see the game? 100? 50?
Not 100, no.
I mean,
It might be half.
it might
Maybe
be
half? Okay.
I wonder.
Okay, now here's the thing. If they're continuing to not show it to their fans, and the fans have basically just found a way to live with it, isn't that bad for them?
Yes.
That's real bad.
Really
So what the
bad,
hell
yeah.
are they doing? Who's at fault here?
That is the question that we do not know the answer to. And I obviously come to you as someone who is greatly tied to one side of it. I have no idea how much blame we should take versus others should take versus they should take. I have no idea what the real true story is. And I don't know, honestly, if anyone does or if it will ever be told, because this is my side of it and this is my problem. Well, this is my issue and this is my side, and it's a mess and it's unfortunate. It's more than that. It's sad, and it's been this way for long enough, but I don't know who's to blame, and I don't know therefore what the solution is.
And as you said, Marnie, and you've alluded to multiple times when we talked about this, is the problem with this is A, they don't seem to care, and B, when they told us when this deal came through, and who's the voice of the guy that likes this show? I forgot his name. The guy that does
Corey Provis.
Corey Provis came on with Barrero and said there will be no more blackouts, right? And now nobody can watch it. He's got to be pissed too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Well, he's pissed because you
but
just
that
forgot his name.
that shows you the
Well, I'm
level
sorry, Corey, I love
of lack of information from
Yeah.
people who work there.
Correct.
And it's not because our bosses aren't telling us. It's because their bosses, like it's at the top, wherever that is, and that's where it ends. And then the rest of us just kind of, we go about our days. Like, I've had multiple people, including my mother, ask me if I lost my job because it was such big news when Comcast and Valley.
Wow, Mark.
Come on, man.
You met her, Huck.
I wasn't laughing at Lola. I was laughing at you.
When Comcast and Valley no longer were together, that came as a shock to, I think, even Corey Provis, who works there.
Yeah.
That just shows you the level of lack of information that is available to us. Again, I don't know who's at fault. I don't know who's wrong. I don't know how to fix it. But
It's impossible to know.
Huck, you are absolutely correct that the worst thing that comes out of this is that the fans of your team realize they can do a lot of other things during their evenings than watch your games and care about your team. And then even when you come back and you are available and you're like, here it is, they go, you know what? I kind of like cleaning my garage every night or whatever it is.
Right.
That's probably the worst thing that could happen.
Yeah, Marnie, how am I supposed to watch the Bellagio World Poker Tour 5-diamond event at 11 o'clock on a random Tuesday night if I don't have Bally Sports North? Where am I supposed to watch the World Poker Tour? I mean, people are affected by this. And I don't know if it's if it's Tony Dunstan's fault or Lynn Gale Martin's fault or your fault or Lola. I don't know whose fault it is. Somebody fix this. I'm supposed to watch WPT.
What about that golf show with the very good looking women?
Yeah, where am I supposed to watch gals in skirts get taught how to golf by old guys?
Yeah.
Where am I supposed to watch that guy who fiddles for Kenny Chesney hunt?
We're supposed to watch all those stories about town ball.
Yeah.
What?
He fiddles. He's what?
He does what?
What's his name? Nick something.
Whoa. I said Swartzen.
Wow.
Man, we're bad with names.
My buddy.
Nick
Cannon.
Papa Giorgio.
Not Nick Cannon. No, Papa Giorgio.
Nick Lombardozzi.
No, that's Steve Lombardozzi's kid.
Nick Hoffman.
Yeah, Nick Hoffman.
You.
Is he still with us?
Of course he is. He's hunting all over the great continent of North America.
Nick Hoffman,
correct.
Megan Mullally's husband?
Yeah, sure.
How are you supposed to watch fishing shows at 4 a.m. on a Saturday?
You can. YouTube.
Yeah, good point. Well, that was the other bit is I think a lot of people switched to YouTube TV because that's where you could get the Twins game, and now you can't get it on YouTube. I would bet it's more than half.
YouTube TV. You haven't been able to get it on YouTube TV for years.
YouTube
People
TV is a
switch.
giant waste of money.
But Chris is right, though.
Yeah.
I mean, jokes aside, Chris is right. It's like you start to realize, I can live without Twins baseball.
Correct.
And
My
listen,
life isn't that different the last 2 months without it.
Right.
I have Comcast, so I haven't seen one Twins game this
I
year.
have Comcast as well.
My life's identical.
Major League Baseball does not need this. Not just the Twins.
Right.
Major League Baseball doesn't need people to know how irrelevant they are.
Yep.
Zacho,
In other leagues.
Could you put out a poll?
He's doing that right now. Downtown Los Angeles. Just,
That's why him and his mom got separate rooms.
It's like baiting the hook, you know what I mean? Chum in the water. Hey, look at that.
I regret that.
Yeah.
You mean joining this show?
Pretty much.
Nah.
Well, according to Lola, you got S-canned from Bally, so you only work here now.
Yeah.
On the platform formerly known as Twitter, what would be the questions? Can you watch Twins games on your cable system, yes or no? Is cable system the right verbiage?
Because it's only Comcast, right, that this dispute is with? Is that accurate?
I believe we're still not on Hulu or YouTube TV.
Wasn't it originally you could get it on YouTube TV?
Yeah.
Isn't that why people switched?
Yes, and Hulu.
What happened is people switched to YouTube TV because it was cheaper. Same thing with Hulu and everything else. And then those services realized, well, we got to keep paying Bally's, I don't know, $10, $15+ a month just to carry their channel. And they're like, well, we can't survive as a streaming service. We're supposed to be the alternative to cable and to satellite. And so then Dish did the same thing as a satellite service, said, we're not going to pay, because if you think about the amount of people who actually watch Bally's compared to the people who don't, there's obviously a lot of people who are watching it, but there's a lot of people who are not watching it. Right. And so these services, they go, well, why are we paying for every single subscribers to watch a channel and paying $10, $15+ a month to watch?
Yeah.
And so that's the big issue. And so then, I think one of the with Comcast with Bally's is Bally's is saying, we want you on your big, your basic cable package. Comcast is going, well, of all of our subscribers who watch basic cable, 40-50% watch Bally's, but the other 50% aren't. So it's a mess, man. That's never going to end. And good luck in the NHL and the NBA and when those seasons come around, because the Wolves and the Timberwolves are in danger too. I think we'll see. Or the Wild and the Timberwolves.
How long are you going to talk?
I'm sorry. I'm passionate about this.
You're passionate about it?
You never know. You never know what Zach really cares about, but he really cares about this this TV dispute.
Ross is behind me. He's got all the answers.
Something hockey cares about. Today is the start of mandatory minicamp for the Vikings.
Let's talk about
PA and Nordo are on live today and tomorrow. My sources say that there is an 11 a.m. Justin Jefferson press conference today or tomorrow.
Is that right?
Yeah, look at him.
Marney Gellner is here. Mark Rosen will join in a second. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
Hey, 7:40 Power Trip Morning Show. Good morning to you. It is Tuesday, June 4th. Marty's here. Roser's here. Vikings news coming up momentarily. We continue to talk about the biggest sports news of the day and much, much more. In fact, because they're still talking over there, let's just...
Time for Vikings news on the Power Trip. Presented by...
Your truck accessories pro.
That's right. Yesterday, you heard him right here on this radio station. .com Tom said this, breaking the news about Justin Jefferson.
4 years, $140 million. That is the highest paid player, non-quarterback in NFL history, not just highest paid receiver, highest paid non-QB. It is a massive deal. It's a total market reset. It's in line with where the discussions had been going for the past year and a half. The Vikings are always going to make Jefferson the highest paid in his position, the highest paid outside of the quarterbacks here. They did not waver in that.
There you go. .com Tom on the Power Trip Morning Show yesterday, Rosie. Broke the news, got her done.
Yeah, just a matter of time, I think, and all the pieces had to fall together. I mean, Jefferson has some very, very sharp representation, and they knew what they were doing, but there was never a moment when things were fractured, that the talks broke off, there was animosity between the two sides. I just know that my wife's purse was really heavy carrying around that contract.
Rosie.
It was really heavy. I could barely lift it.
Do you carry her purse a lot?
I do. Well, when Jefferson's contract is in there, I carry it a lot. And the words carried a lot of weight. You know what I mean? No, I did not know. I have no idea. She didn't have. But, yeah, it's Corey and I were just talking briefly. I mean, man, 24 years old, and at this level already, 22nd overall pick, right, Saucy?
23rd, I thought. 22 or 23.
22,
matter.
whatever. I mean, the point of the matter is he is, and the Vikings, as we all know, have had some Hall of Fame wide receivers. But JJ's on track right now to be that guy. And, it's a big change for him. New quarterbacks, plural this year, little new everything, but he's going to go along for the ride. And he's just one of those guys that has energized the Viking fan base, and we know what he's all about. And every kid in town does the gritty, and some adults who probably shouldn't be doing it do it. But the point of the matter is,
what?
You've seen some adults try to do the gritty, and it's like, don't do that. Don't dance. Don't dance on the floor. Just stay.
Dance on the floor.
Yeah, you can do that.
Dancing's good for you, Rosie.
Yeah, it is.
I learned it. My kids and I watched a YouTube video
not easy.
so that we could
Let's see it, Marn.
properly.
Yeah, then crip walk.
Yeah, do you know how to crip walk, Marn?
No, but
Throw blood?
That's
Okay.
Yeah. Dang it.
Very
impressive.
I mean, Rosie's over here acting like Lithgow and Footloose, saying none of us should be dancing.
I don't know why Rosie just threw money at Marnie.
Give us a break, man.
Yeah, that was
impressive, Marn.
That was aggressive. I've seen them all. I mean, going back to Ahmad Rashad and Sammy White, and the Vikings have always had a really good set of wide receivers. If not all pro, but usually up there. But when they don't, they suffer. and they now have the best, and I think he's on track after 4 years to put up numbers that. But the numbers that I think Justin Jefferson cares about. That's why people I think enjoy him so much. I think he the dude wants to win. I mean, he wants to win as a team. He's not just. I mean, he doesn't have to pad his stats anymore. He just got paid. It's not about that. It's about winning games, and that's
once you get paid.
Once you get paid,
$35 million a year. Yeah, it's easier to say I would like to win. Now.
Well, I think he always wanted to win. I mean,
I think
that's
but
the
you
thing
want to
about,
get paid too.
Yeah, of course you do.
You earned it,
and I think he put himself in that position. And the Vikings handled it well. We never heard anything that talks that broke off. I mean, it was always kind of pointing. I thought it might be done before the end of training camp, but now with OTAs, and they got 3 days. He's going to speak, and I think Sauce mentioned at 11 o'clock today, so I'm sure PA will carry it live.
Sweet.
11 a.m. this morning. The Vikings are out there today, tomorrow, and Thursday. That's it, 3 days, and then I think take a long break before training camp, basically. So
I think they have
one more
something else next week.
Yeah, it's not as
like
big a deal.
like an OTA practice or two.
But all hands are on deck this week, so I mean it's going to be his first chance to catch passes from Darnold and J.J. McCarthy and the rest of the gang out there. So welcome to the party. My goodness. A lot of...
You could have a party.
Welcome to the party, pal, was once said by Bruce Willis in the 1988 film Die Hard.
That's
never
very
seen
much.
Played, John
Don't
McClane.
tell me you've never seen Die Hard.
I've never seen the original.
How is that
that's just egregious.
possible? That's
I've never
egregious.
seen it.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Oh, my God. With all the movies you see?
I've never seen that one.
It's fantastic.
I've heard
it really is.
And it holds up.
And it does hold up.
It's still good.
Yeah.
Hey, Hogs?
Yeah.
You know it's 8 weeks from Thursday?
Oh, no.
8 weeks from Thursday.
I know what you're going to say. I'm not going to have to guess.
It's got to be the Hall of Fame game.
Hall of Fame game?
That's
Correct.
it. Yeah.
Are we going to watch it together, Hog?
It's tradition.
As
unlike
you know,
any other.
it's the Texans against the Bears.
I hope it's on
Obviously.
Valley so you can't see it.
No, Hawk will pay for it.
No, the Bears are the Hard Knocks team this year.
we talked about going to the game.
We talked about going to the game live, and we might have to do it.
Please do that.
It'd be a great bit.
No, I want you guys to live your life and be happy. Why don't you guys go to the Hall of Fame game?
Well,
go for it.
Kansas is a
Here's
great
the
town.
problem if we win. It's too emotional for Hawk.
I get emotional
He gets
about
too
football.
into it. Yeah.
I get emotional about it because every
And here's what's going to happen.
season, anything's possible. I'm talking.
Oh, yeah.
At the start of every new season. Everything's possible.
We're going to watch it.
Once said.
Yeah,
And
one
then
guy said that.
About 21 minutes into it, our feed's going to cut out. We won't know what to do. And then we won't be able to watch it with everybody because the feed will
What's going to happen is you two are going to drive in Chris's van to the Hall of Fame game.
Oh, fun!
And then you're going to get there. He's going to go to the game, and you're going to go see Van Morrison and then fly home.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, we should go, Hawk.
Okay, let's do it. You leave now. I'll meet you there.
Oh.
Is it during the State Fair? Because Chris would rather be at the Hall of Fame game than the
Thursday,
State Fair.
August 1st.
August 1st?
I'd
Way
rather
ahead of the State
be
Fair.
Down
Oh,
under
I know.
with Good
I'm
old
schedule.
Satan.
Yeah, Satan.
Careful.
Oh, my.
Marnie. For
What?
God's sakes.
Yeah, he's right.
Talk about it.
Man,
Pop music.
That poll is turning out to be, can you watch
What?
the Twins on your cable satellite provider? Nope, 80% right now. This is 12 minutes ago.
What's going on?
408 votes.
Oh, Zacho put that out?
Yeah, he did. It says, can you watch the Twins on your cable/satellite provider? Yay, 19%.
Whoa.
Nope, 81%. That's 473 votes. That's a pretty good indicator. I'm in the nope. Irritated. Yep. So that's a pretty good indication already, just starting out.
Yeah.
Of people.
Not good.
It's baseball is for kind of background. I'm a big baseball fan, as you all know, but it's nice to have it in the background, whether you're cooking or doing whatever you're doing.
Yep.
And you catch the third, fourth innings, and you go, oh, Royce Lewis is up with the bases loaded. I think I want to watch this. So you go watch it for a while, then you walk away from it. It's not like it's a Vikings game or something. You have to pay such attention to it every single play.
Right. Baseball is kind of part of your summertime.
Right.
The soundtrack of your summer, if you will.
100%. And I grew up listening to it on the radio all the time, and that's really what I have now, and that's it. That's it because it's irritating. And I never imagined in 2024 we'd be sitting here in a situation where I could watch more games when I was a little kid on, I think, WTCN TV, whatever it was at that time.
Dynamite.
50 games they would broadcast. And go, it was a big deal. The Twins are on TV tonight. The game of the week, whatever it was. Now it's like we don't have games.
Now they don't
at all.
care.
And you're absolutely right, Marty. People find other things to do, and you do. That's just it. What?
I was the one talking. Yeah. You said thanks, Marnie.
Marty brought up the point.
He didn't know you were here.
Oh, it's okay.
Of course I know Sauce is here.
Thank you, Daddy.
My buddy.
Duh.
Yes. All right.
I don't know. It's football season anyway. Let's go.
Right. Yeah, correct.
Right?
Well, not really.
Today's mini camp, man.
Yeah.
Let's go. Byron Murphy's all excited. I love to get some audio in from Byron Murphy, cornerback, Minnesota Vikings. He's excited because this year we have some new faces on the defense.
Added some more guys in our room. Obviously, we got, Shaq, older vet guy who could, give us more knowledge every single day. We got some younger guys that's coming in day one making plays. So, just a good group of new guys that's coming in learning the defense. And it's just crazy that we're already kind of clicking and getting on the same page.
Yeah. And he's also thinking about maybe playing a little slot defensive back this year.
Obviously, the slot got a little bit more room, and then you're going to guard some, smaller, faster guys, twitchier guys. But, at the end of the day, you're a DB. You got to lock up, inside or outside.
Ooh! PA was there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's his emphasis.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, get your programs. You're going to need to know them. Get to know those guys.
Every time somebody starts dropping names, I'm like, oh, yeah.
He's on our team.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Let's go, man.
Are you going to go, Hogs?
To what?
To the Vikings games?
No, to the practice. He normally does.
I sometimes do. I will not today. I have
obligations.
I have things to do.
Yeah.
What do you have to do?
I have to change your dad's oil.
Well, I thought you were going to say something else.
Why are you changing my dad's oil?
It's a euphemism.
Your dad's lazy.
What else do you have to do?
Oil my cans. He's like the 10 man.
Cans?
That's right.
That sounds fun, Hawk.
Yeah, it's going to be a good day. We're going to have a good day. Go ahead, Marnie. You had something to add.
Well, I was just going to, since we're talking about summer sports season and it's training camp time or mini camp time, I just wanted to point out that the Minnesota Lynx are 6-2.
6-2. Best start since 2020.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Big win over the Dallas Wings, as you guys know, on Sunday night. And the Lynx play again tomorrow night in LA against the Sparks.
Right.
What time will that be?
Well, it's a late game. It'll be at 9:00 Central.
We are going on Sunday. We're going to go watch them play Seattle.
Is that right?
That's right.
Oh, good for you.
The WNBA has been the topic of conversation the last 24 hours.
Why's that?
What?
Tell us why.
In a lot of ways, Marge.
Why?
Break it down, Rosie.
No, that's your job.
Because Angel Reese is delusional.
There's a lot of
that's like third on the list of the top.
Thanks, Max.
Yeah, it was first. It was Stephen A. Smith, and then his boy Pat McAfee decided to take the spotlight.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
What did Stephen A. Smith say?
Well, Stephen A. Smith and Monica McKnight got into an argument. They got into an argument about that she was saying that he could have been covering the WNBA sooner, and
because he stated nobody talks about women's sports more than we do.
He was apoplectic when she was like, "You could have been doing this the whole time." Right. Like it was so funny because you could tell that he got caught because he didn't actually have anything to say. He just went, "Wow."
Yeah, that's what he did.
Wow, and that's exactly what I do when I get caught up. Is just, "Wow, really?
Right.
Wow, bro. Wow."
It's as if all those championship teams that. Cheryl Reeve had here with Maya Moore and Rebecca Brunson and Lindsay Whalen and Simone Augustus and the rest of the gang, with Sylvia Fowles, didn't exist.
Wow.
And then, Pat McAfee, that whole thing was just an absolute
train wreck.
I like Pat McAfee, but what a dumbass decision to even go through with that segment.
The vitriol towards that was universally men, women, black, white, universally.
It united everyone.
I caught her.
And he deserved to do so. That was a terrible choice.
Why would he say that?
I have no idea.
There was layers to why it was so bad. Starting with his word choice and then picking it apart from there.
I was just stunned.
Yeah, same.
Called Caitlin Clark a white bee.
Right.
in the context of just referring to her.
And then insinuated that she was basically being discriminated against because she was white.
Right. There's so many layers to this, Marnie, as you know.
There's been a lot the last few days.
Remember when Caitlin Clark was supposed to be like this unifying, universal force of everybody loving her? What a weird transition to the WNBA. The players are treating her like crap. The media is acting super strange to her. Again, Angel Reese is going on this giant rant about how we're popular because of all of us and because of me, not just because of Caitlin Clark. They're all delusional. This is all because of Caitlin, which is okay, right? This is like next level now.
All, but it maybe
99% of it.
80-20. 90-10?
What's the other 20?
This draft class has been phenomenal. And Angel Reese does get talked about.
Okay, but here's the difference though, and here's why Angel Reese is delusional. In the 30-year history of the WNBA, there's been a lot of gals like Angel Reese that didn't propel the WNBA to the stratosphere that it's currently at. The wave of momentum is all because of Caitlin Clark. If she didn't exist, there wouldn't be this wave. That doesn't mean the players aren't valuable. That doesn't mean they don't deserve to be talked about. This wave is because of Caitlin. And Angel's acting like it's not just because of Caitlin. It's just she's just wrong. It's fine, but it just sounds like jealousy. It just sounds like she's not comfortable being like the Robin to Caitlin's Batman.
Right.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot for that look into sports.
Thank you. You can be number 2.
That's a lot of the history of the league. We just talked about that. Look at the success this team has had in Minnesota and the stars that they've had with Maya Moore. I mean, who's coming back to get her jersey retired.
The night that the Lynx play the Indiana Fever.
Of course, no coincidence there. And the league has been filled with great stars. But to Corey's point, I mean, everything has changed because of what Caitlin did in college basketball and the attendance and the charter flights and everything that's going on. And I don't know if it's just jealousy because Caitlin's pulling in all this money from endorsements and they're maybe not catching up to it yet. But, I mean, they're all, as our old friend Archie Manning once said, we're all robbing the same train. I mean, I think all of them are going to benefit.
It trickles down to all of them.
Absolutely.
We talked about the Vegas Aces all getting $100K from the Vegas Tourism Board. There's charter flights now. It's like, and then you got people, I forget the gal's name, that's basically saying, outside of threes, what else does Caitlin do? I don't know, make all of you a ton of money?
That was Kennedy Carter.
I just don't understand why everybody's being so jealous and mean to her.
There's the on-the-court stuff, which is what our friend Courtney Cronin started talking about yesterday when I did catch her segment. She goes, I don't even know where to start, but this is what I want to talk about. The flagrant one foul and that, she got body checked and the whole, and she's not the first player, the last player in the WNBA. They showed, I think, Candace Parker when she got run over in her rookie year and that stuff happens. It could be basketball. But that was not a basketball move. That was a blatant, in your face.
Correct.
Not even part going for a rebound. It was
the intent was to chuck you.
Screw you. I'm whatever. And she's got to handle it, and she'll stand up for herself.
We've never seen anything like this in the league, and that is you cannot argue that. And to Corey's point, you're right. She has moved the needle to a degree we've never seen. She has changed things in the league. I don't know how people are handling that well or not well. Or it's almost like we can't even catch up to the movement and the attention and positive and negative. Like we can't get there fast enough. All this stuff is happening and people are saying things and referring to her and chucking her and we're responding to that, and it's like, oh my, what? I don't know. What are we supposed to do? It's all happening so fast.
It's not her fault that she got on a lousy team because they had the number 1 draft pick. They're not a good basketball team, and then she's going to, from a team standpoint, she's already suffering, if I use that word in loose terms, because of it. Because her numbers aren't going to be as good. The team's not going to win a lot of games. But
this is
got a lot on her plate.
This is not a perfect analogy, but stay with me. This would be like when the curling team won gold to go, well, why are they getting all the attention? There's a lot of other curling teams that are pretty good. It's like, do you want curling to be on a different level? Do you want people to think of curling at least a little bit? Or do you want to go back to where nobody gave a rat's ass? Like Team Schuster was good for curling, whether you like those guys or not. I just don't understand why there's so much vitriol towards Caitlin.
Well,
when she's
you can understand the part
it.
of the players who have put in the same amount of work, the players who have done it for longer than that. And why maybe they think, well, what am I just supposed to be grateful? Oh, finally, someone who came along who's popular. When they've been grinding and been excellent, wonderful basketball players, actually better than Caitlin Clark. That's probably where it comes from, and I can't blame them from feeling that. But you kind of have to compartmentalize and say that. And while that is true, it is also true what you're saying, Corey. She is the difference.
It's Tiger
in the league.
Woods in 90s
You've got to
golf.
be able to accept it.
Right, all the other golfers on the PGA Tour in the 90s had no right to be mad at Tiger. They were making more money because of Tiger.
It's Wayne Gretzky in the 80s for hockey.
Yeah, you gotta embrace that Caitlin's going to put all of you on national TV, charter flights, make you more money. You don't have to like her. You don't have to think that she's arrived yet if you've already played for 10 years in the league. But
I do think it's important to point out that the hate is much louder than the support.
It's weird.
You're right. Is way more support and acceptance and let's ride with her than hate. It's just that those few instances are so much louder and talked about, and it is not as if 80% of the league is pissed at her or hates her. That is not at all true. So don't let that be the overriding theme that you're coming away with. You, Corey, or listeners or whoever, don't think the league is against her. No, there are a couple that aren't seeing it that same way, but vast majority is welcoming and having that attitude that you're talking about, knowing all her tide is going to lift all the boats.
Yeah, good point. 8 o'clock hour of the Power Trip Morning Show with Marney Gellner and Mark Rosen after this on the